Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Wagwan foodies, welcome back to Sharey'S kitchen. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when I post a video. Okay, all right, so today we're going to make some Jamaican steam fish. So I fell for some steam fish. I went by the market and I got two nice wild caught red snapper, and I said, why not just make a video and show you guys how I make my steam fish. I know people do it different ways according to your liking, but this is how I make mine, and I just want to share it with you guys. All right, so let me give you a breakdown of all the ingredients that I have here. So of course we have our fish, which I've washed already with lime and a little vinegar. As you can see, they are fresh and clean properly. You want your fish to be properly clean before you start cooking it, okay? Because when you start eating the fish, if it's not cleaned properly, you might get a little upset stomach down that line. So make sure you wash your fish and it's cleaned up properly. All right, next we have some carrot here. I have some scallion, I have a Scotch bonnet pepper, some scallion and thyme. So I have some that I chopped up, and then I have two ones over here that I haven't chopped up. You'll see what I do with that. Here we have some okra, and not to worry, I'll have all the ingredients and the measurement down in my description box. You're welcome. Next we have some green sweet pepper, bell pepper. I have tomato, some garlic and some white onion. Here I have some pumpkin and some white Irish potato. All right, so these are the key ingredients that from my recipe. You're also going to need some butter. Any butter is fine. I'm also using my fish flavored soup mix. Sometimes I use the pumpkin one, but since I'm actually using the pumpkin today, I'll just be using the fish one, you know, to enhance that flavor and, you know, make the thing taste right. All right, so in addition to that, I'll be adding a few allspice and pimento seed. You want to use any fish seasoning you have, because this is going to enhance the dish. All right, we're making steamed fish, so it's supposed to have flavor. All right, so any fish season that you have, you can use. I'll be using my Old Bay. We're also gonna need some black pepper and of course a little salt, and we're not going to use a lot of salt. That is basically all we're gonna need for this recipe. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Okay, so I went ahead and made a mixture of the fish seasoning, the black pepper and the salt. So this is the mixture that I make, and as I said, I'll put the measurements down in the description box. So we're going to use this seasoning and rub on our fish. All right, before, let me just go ahead and pat out, you know, the little excess water. And that's fine if it's a little wet, because it's not like we're going to fry it, we're going to actually steam it. So all right, so let's season our fish now. So make sure this is well combined, and we're gonna start seasoning the inside. Okay, all right, so the inside clean and pretty, that's how you want it. And the inside of the fish need loving too. Don't just season on the outside and leave it there. All right, because you have some people who really enjoy eating like the fish head and so forth, and you want to make sure that every part of the fish have flavor. And as I said, you want to use a fish seasoning along with your black pepper and your salt, so it can enhance the flavor. All right, this is a really big one. Okay, so you see this? Seasoned properly. All right, and I did went ahead and put some slices on the side, just as I do if I was frying it. Okay, all right, put that there. The next one. And we used up all our season, so this is the correct amount. If you're using if you're cooking two fish at maybe, you know, at this size. If you're cooking smaller fish, you can always adjust the portion for the ingredients. So here I tell you that I have two scallions that I didn't chop up. So what we're gonna do is take one of them along with some thyme. And if you have the thyme in the bottle, that's totally fine. All I'm gonna do is just fold them like this, and I'm gonna put it inside my fish in here, and this is just for extra flavor. All right, so I'm just gonna put it in there like that. See that? Okay, put that down and do the next one. I continue to do it this way. So you can take a look and you can see it is seasoned well, looking good. Look on the inside, it's nice. Okay, so the hardest thing we have here to cook in terms of the vegetables is the pumpkin and the potato. So we're actually going to start by cooking those at least halfway or 3/4 way first. So I'm just going in with just a little bit of butter, and honestly you don't even really need to use a lot of butter because you're steaming the fish. All right, so just to get some flavors, I add a little piece of butter, and then I'm going to add my garlic. Just saute this for a couple seconds. Okay, so now that we have these nice and caramelized, I'm going to go in and add my pumpkin and the potatoes. And as I said, these will take a little longer to cook, and so that's how we're starting out with these. Alright, and then I'm just going to add some water, and this is like maybe a cup of water, and then I'm just going to leave this for 8 to 10 minutes and come back because we want to get them cooked not 100% but like halfway through or so. I personally like my pumpkin very soft so I can actually like crush them out. Some people will keep them whole, but it all depends on your preference. It's your kitchen and you're cooking it to your liking. So I want my pumpkins to be a little softer. Okay, I'm going to cover that and we're going to return in about 8 to 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, this is how we are looking, and as I said, you can see the water starting to change a little, but as I said, I like when my pumpkin is a little mashed like that. I don't really like the chunks of pumpkin, so I'm just kind of mash my pumpkin a little, a little. I read it that way. So to that, I'm going to add our onion and tomato. Give that a nice mix. Add, just a few pimento seeds, like 4 or so. So next we're going to go ahead and add just a little more water. And then we're going to flavor this up before we add our fish, alright? Because once the fish is added, I don't want to keep mixing up the pot too much. So remember I showed you my fish soup mix that I had earlier. So what I'm going to actually do is take a strainer and I'm just going to sieve just the seasoning portion of it because I don't necessarily want the noodle, because the noodle is going to give it a thicker consistency that I don't really want. Going to make it thick and start sticking, and I don't want that. So remember, as I said, make sure you have your heat on low for this part. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our fish to the pot. Before you do that, you want to check that the flavor is right. Maybe you want a little more salt, but you want to add anything else after you put the mix, because it does have salt content, so you don't want to do too much and have it too salty, so you want to add the salt afterwards. Okay, give that a little mix. So I'll go ahead and place this in. This other one is a little big, but it's gonna work nevertheless. Alright. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the final stuff that we had, like our sweet pepper, our chopped scallions, and then of course our okra. And I have my flame on low. It may seem as though it's not bubbling right now, but it is bubbling. I just have it on low. All right, so here's the part now. So you don't want to steam your fish for more than 12 minutes. All right, so we're going to close this down, keep it on low, and you're going to let it stay there and steam for 12 minutes. Normally I say 10 to 12, but because these are bigger size fish, it's definitely gonna be 12 minutes. Okay, and it looks as if it would take a little juice, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little more water to the mix. Okay, so just add a little water, nothing much. Drop my pepper in, and then we're gonna cover this 12 minutes and then we'll return. Okay, remember to keep your flame on low. 12 minutes, we'll soon come. All right, so guys, I totally forget that I didn't add my carrots. But that's fine. I actually did cut them pretty thin, so by everything is complete, they will be cooked. All right, so no worries there. You can see my pot is already bubbling away. I'm just gonna tuck these in. And so guys, the last thing we're adding is just a little butter, just a little. That is to just blend everything together and make everything right, you know. And I didn't mention in the beginning, I don't know how I forget, but you know, steamed fish back in Jamaica, while we prepare it with like Irish and sometimes we even use yam, it is mainly known as steamed fish with crackers. Like I mean, you can have it as is, but steamed fish and crackers is just like brother and sister, you know what I mean? So when you think about one, you think about the other. So of course I'm going to top it off with some crackers when we're almost at the end point. Okay, all right, it's looking good already. Kitchen smell up nice, and you know, all right. So after 12 minutes, this is how we are looking so good. Look at that. And as you can see, everything is cooked, but it's not soft. We still have our pumpkins going on, we still have our potato going on, and that's because we keep the fire on low. You know, we're steaming it, so you don't want a blazing fire under this. You want it to steam, and so you turn it down low. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and add our crackers and then just allow it for like a minute to just set in all this goodness. Using nothing but our good old Excelsior water crackers, and I had one that's open already, so I'm just going to use this. We're going to add these, a few. And I like to get a little juice on them. So guys, this is how we are looking for our Jamaican steam fish with crackers. Look at it. I'm just gonna turn off my stove right now. It's all done. Guys, take a look. I hope you can really smell this through the phone, you know. Oh my gosh, guys, let me tell you, I'm about to enjoy this right now, and you can enjoy it as well if you go ahead and follow this recipe. The whole kitchen smells nice right now. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, comment down below, talk to me in the comment section, guys. All right, if you haven't already, subscribe now. Subscribe. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Let's get there, and then let's get to 1,000 after that. Share the video with a friend, tell them to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video.